What's up, everybody? It's Sweet Deat back again for the end of the episode. If you like what you hear, like and subscribe. Let's get right to the business. So recently I read an article from Adam Levine from Maroon 5, the lead singer, as you all know, who's been all over The Voice and all kinds of other TV programs in addition to all of his music career stuff. He recently had this article where he simply said that he thinks bands are pretty much dead and there just really isn't many of them anymore. And it kind of made me stop and think a little bit about our current landscape of how bands and artists sort of break into the world that we live in today. The digital 2.0 age is really interesting because it doesn't have the barriers that the previous generations had, where you had to really sweat out and put in a lot of sweat equity, I guess is what I'm trying to say, into a project with a group of people that was also equally as dedicated to be with you in a room to work everything out. With the advancement of technology these days, it seems like everybody can just create everything from the inside of their bedroom and then put it out into the world. And as the popularity of that project potentially grows, it's almost like we're working in reverse now and then going out and finding our band members. Or I guess it could work that way. And while technology is really cool, there is something to be said for the magic of getting people in a room and discovering pieces of songs and being creative and being in an open communication situation where everybody has input to create the best piece of art possible. And of course, there's always things like getting older where you run out of time and you don't quite have as much free time as you used to invest in something that you don't know is going to bring any sort of return aside from just overall personal love. It's kind of the reason why I love all the weekend warrior bands that still exist. Sure, they take up some potentially valuable spots for people to make money on the weekends playing gigs if you're a local musician, but there's something really cool about how hard those guys work. I mean, a lot of them, and I know many people that have their doctors or their dentists or, any of that kind of thing. They get together and they put together these bands and they are very serious about rehearsing. And if you're not in rehearsal, you're not in the band. And it's a whole process. And sure, maybe they're not quite as advanced, quote unquote, as some of the more professional musicians that are out there, but their passion and drive is something to be admired. And as a professional musician for well over a decade now, I feel like sometimes I lose that too. I feel like sometimes I look at the bottom dollar a little too much and don't think about the benefit of putting myself in creative positions to just have a chance to encounter something new. So anyway, in reading this article, it just kind of made me think about some of the bands that I used to be in that were very important to my musical development, but also how maybe on paper those are sunk like time investment that did not turn out to a profit. They really did shape who I am, and they really did shape the arc of my life to this point. How do you want people to remember you? That's the big question. It's your legacy. Anyway, this article gave me some thought. I think it's worth just taking a quick breeze over. I'll leave it in the comment box below. And tell me what you think in the comments. And I would like to know some of the projects that maybe you're thinking about starting or maybe have been considering starting for 20 years and you've never gotten around to do it. Today might be your day. That's it. See you later.